y'all. Welcome to the Draper Bunch Adventures. My name is Carol and I'm so glad you're here today. If you are new here, we would love for you to join the Draper Bunch Adventures and subscribe down below, somewhere down there. If you are a returning Draper Bunch Adventure fan, then please give us a thumbs up and let us know you're here today. So we are getting prepped for our next cruise, which is in October, and I think half of the fun of taking a Disney cruise is the planning. We're coming up on our booking window, and so we're excited to book our activities and events and excursions and all that fun stuff. And we are going to be cruising over Halloween, so I have purchased a pair of Maleficent ears from the Disney store, and I am in love with them. She is my favorite Disney villain, and then I also have on my Disney villain shirt today. But anyway, so we're getting prepped for our cruise, and we were discussing whether or not we were going to pre-purchase the photo package. Our last cruise we did pre-purchase the all digital package. So I want to talk to you today about our experiences and our opinions, and then give you just some tips and tricks. So out of the gate, I'm saying these are my opinions and my experiences, okay? Maybe you had a different one. I hope everybody has had a good experience. There were a lot of things that we didn't know. So we felt like we did not get the most for our money, but it was our fault, not their fault, okay? I am a photographer, so when I look at pictures, I see things sometimes that other people don't see in them as far as quality is concerned, so I am kind of speaking from that perspective a little bit today. So I'm going to start by telling you that yes, I do feel like the photo package is worth the money, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about why I do along the way. So my first tip for you is that you do, I know this for sure on the all digital package that you get a discount. I think it's a 15% discount if you pre-purchase the all digital package before your cruise. So if you log into your reservation and scroll down, there's a place at the bottom for you to click on, and it will take you to the external site for Shutters. Shutters is the company that does Disney Cruise photography. It is not Memory Maker or PhotoPass or anything like at Disney World and Disneyland. I don't know anything about those things, but I know that it's not run by Disney. It's run by Shutters, so it's a separate company. So it'll take you to their external site, ask you for the date of your sailing and what ship you're on, and it'll give you your options for what photo packages or what things you can purchase regarding photos for your particular sailing. The prices and the options do vary by sailing, so I'm not going to speak to what all those specific choices and options are right now, because they could have changed since the last time I looked at it, and I just don't want to do that. I do know that all digital is always an option, and the price does change depending on the length of your sailing, I believe. So there is a discount, and I do believe that you can pre-purchase the photo packages up to 48 hours before your sailing. So make sure you don't wait till the last day, because you can't do it that soon. The other thing that I know is that I've heard people say, I've never tried to do this personally, but because I've always been satisfied, but I've heard people say that if you're dissatisfied while you're on the ship, you can go and actually ask for a refund and cancel your photo package, and they will do that for you. I believe that has to be 24 hours before you disembark the ship, but I'm not 100% sure about that deadline. So if you think it's something you might be interested in doing, or if you decide while you're on your sailing that you may not be happy with the photos, then talk to them about it, so that either they will have an opportunity to make it right for you, or you can make sure that you meet that cancellation deadline. So here are some things to know about the photo package. All the photos come with borders on them. They're all Disney borders. We did not mind the borders. We thought they did a good job of matching up the border with the particular photo. So if it was a picture of one of our kids with Ariel, it was a cute Little Mermaid border. So we actually didn't mind the borders at all. We thought they were fine. We would be putting the pictures into scrapbooks anyway, and so the borders just kind of add to it a little bit. So for us, the borders were not an issue, but you can't remove the borders unless you crop them out, and sometimes that can be hard to do depending on the photo. So just so you know, they do all come with borders. The second thing I want to tell you is that this is one that's a little bit more complex, is that the packages that you purchase, if you purchase an all digital package, it is for one stateroom. So if you have family or friends sailing in multiple staterooms, The only way their pictures will be included on your disc is if someone from your stateroom is in the picture with them. So here's an example. Here are a couple of examples. I'm going to give you a couple of examples, and then I'm going to say to you, if you're not sure what criteria you fall in, then make sure you go and do some research and look it up, okay? But here are a couple of examples. So here's an example. When we went on our cruise, we had 2 veranda rooms that were adjoining. Because you have to have someone over 18 booked in the rooms, and we were a family of 5. My husband was booked in one room with my son, and I was booked in the other room with my daughters. And all of our children are under age 18. So because he is the parent of the children, and we were parents split up in 2 rooms, they allowed us to go to the shutter's desk and join them into that one package. So we actually were able to get photos. Any of the photos we took on the ship, we were all included in the photo package because we were parents and they were our children. That is the only way they will join the 2 staterooms together. It's the only way, I'm telling you. But if you do that, if you are a family that is doing that where you're booking dad and kids in one room, mom and kids in the other room, make sure you go to the shutter's desk when they open, when you get on board, and let them know that so they can join that package together, because if you don't do that, then they won't include both. So make sure you go and talk to them and do that. That is something that we found out right before we left, and so we were glad that we figured that out. The second example that I'd like to give you is, say you're traveling with other family members, let's just say grandparents, and grandma and grandpa are in one room with maybe one of your children, and you and your husband and another child is in another room, okay? If you have a photo made and you and dad are the ones that bought the photo package and grandma and grandpa didn't buy a photo package, then any photos that people in your stateroom are in will be included in your package. Any photos that your child from the other stateroom are in, because it's your child, will be included in the package. Any photos of just grandma and grandpa will not be included in the package. So if you go to visit Mickey and all of you get in the picture, then that'll be included. If you go to visit, if grandma and grandpa go to visit Mickey with the child that's in the stateroom with them, that's your child, it'll be included in the package. If grandma and grandpa go to see Mickey by themselves, that's not included in your package. They would have to have a separate package for that. So I hope that sort of makes sense. Any of your minor children that are in other rooms will be included in your photo package, but any other adult members in those rooms would not be included. So just make sure that those people, that you're always in pictures together, and then it won't be a problem. We have my sister and her husband going on a cruise with us in January. We plan on buying the photo package for our stateroom, and so we will just make sure that we include them in all of our photos, or have at least one of our children in the photo with them, so that we get all of those pictures. It's just that simple. So, so that, just make sure that you read up on that if you're not sure, because it can be a little bit confusing. And don't hesitate to ask questions. It's always good to ask questions. So here are some things that we did not know. We were not clear on what it was going to be like if we purchased the package, as far as where the photographers would be and how they would know to take our pictures. So when you board the ship, when you get ready to board the ship, they will have a photographer set up right before you get on the ship with an embarkation day photo. And what they'll do is they'll just ask your stateroom number. That was our experience. We didn't have experience with them scanning our cards when they took our pictures. Some people mentioned that, but that was not our experience. They just always ask our stateroom number. So they ask your stateroom number and they take your family photo and you board the ship. Once you're on your cruise, these are the instances where there will be cruise photographers there to take photos that would be included in your photo package. Character meet and greets, the ticketed ones and the ones that are just on the navigator, they all have photographers there to take photos. In the dining rooms, sometimes the photographers will just walk around and randomly take photos. At special events like Pirate Night, up on the deck during the Pirate Night show and fireworks and all that, they had photographers walking around taking photos. Before dinner in the atrium, during that entire dinner time, they have some different types of backdrops set up. A lot of people like to dress up for dinner, so they're out there taking photos during that time, and that was one of the ones we did not know about, so we did not take advantage of that one. But they are there during dinner time to take photos. And then at Castaway Cay. So for character meet and greets at Castaway Cay, there are Shutters photographers there, and then they also have some photographers that are just walking around on the island randomly taking photos. It's hit or miss whether you get a photo like that or not, but they are there for the characters for sure. So those are the times when the photographers are taking photos for Shutters for your photo packages. So make sure if you're going to buy the photo package, make sure you take advantage of all those things. Onboard downloading is something that you can do. I understand, but I have not done it myself, so I'm not going to speak to it a whole lot. But what I did read in their policies is if you download your photos while you're on board during your cruise, they will not give you a refund if you're dissatisfied at the end. So make sure that if you're going to partake in that particular option, that you're satisfied with the photos before you do it, because my understanding is they won't refund you once you've downloaded them onto your phone or whatever. I've never tried that, so I can't speak to anything more beyond that. Other than that, I think it's something that you can do. I will tell you as a photographer that the photos that they take are mostly better quality than what you're going to get on a cell phone. Cell phones are very good and they're capable of taking way better pictures than they used to be, but they cannot make up for the lack of exposure in some cases. So when I say exposure, I'm talking about how bright a photo is and whether or not there's a lot of shadows and things like that. They have a lot of softbox lighting up above and flashes, and those things the cell phone flash cannot compensate for the difference in that and a regular photography flash, like a softbox flash. So in some cases, depending on the lighting in the area where you're having the photo made, their photos are going to be way better than what you can get with your cell phone. I would say the quality overall of their photos, as far as the clarity and things like that, is better than cell phone photos. And I'm speaking that from total experience. One of the meet and greets that my husband and son did on our Marvel cruise was being able to meet the Marvel characters. And I don't remember what the meet and greet's called, but they were able to meet Spider-Man and Iron Man and Black Panther. And the particular lounge that they had the meet and greet set up, and the way they had the lighting was really cool, you know, looking in there, all of, you know, very Avenger-ish, if you want to call it that. But it was dark. So taking photos, the photos that my husband had them take with his cell phone did not turn out nearly as well as the photos that the Shutters photographers took. So we know all photographers are not created equally, so some may be better than others, but in general, their quality is better than cell phone quality. Make sure that if you buy the photo package that they have kiosks in the Shutters area of the ship. Make sure you go by there. The kiosk, you just swipe your key to the world card, it reads your key to the world card, and it'll bring up all the photos they've taken of you so far. And you just want to we went and reviewed them every day just because we didn't want to forget a photo and then not have it there. If you review them every day, you can make sure all the photos you've had taken are there. And if any are missing, or if you have any in yours that don't belong to you, because they do use facial recognition as well, you can go to the Shutters desk and they will help find photos if you have them missing, and they'll help reroute photos maybe that you have that are not yours, because things like that happen, especially with the facial recognition. So make sure you're reviewing them regularly. Don't wait till the end of your cruise to go look, because you may be missing photos and not realize it. You may get home and go, oh no, our picture with Princess Tiana's missing. I advise you to just check them every day, potentially, just to make sure that they're all there. The next thing I will say is, please make sure if you buy the all digital package or whatever you buy, that you pick it up from Shutters on disembarkation day. I think a lot of people forget to do that or don't realize that they have to do that. If you've ordered a photo package, whatever you have ordered will be at the Shutters desk the morning of disembarkation, and that will be listed on the navigator. It will tell you when and where to go. You can stop by and ask them if you're not sure. Even if you buy the all digital package, you need to stop by and pick up your USB. They will have a little USB thumb drive that you pick up that has all your photos on it. You don't go home and download them or anything like that. You have to have that USB drive. So please make sure that if you buy a photo package that you go back to that Shutters desk on the morning of disembarkation to pick up your items. I will say that those are my experiences from the photo package. I do feel it's worth it for us to be able to capture those memories, and sometimes I don't have to worry about having a picture or how the cell phone picture turned out. So for us, it's completely worth it. We'll be purchasing it on all of our future cruises as far as I know right now. So we had a very good experience. The photographers are very friendly, very willing to let you pose and do things. They never made us feel rushed. We just felt like it was a really good experience. So I hope if you have had a cruise and bought the photo package that you've had the same experience as we did, and I hope we continue to have those experiences. So my recommendation would be, if you're going to take advantage of a lot of those things I mentioned, like the character meet and greets, I would absolutely recommend the photo package. I am going to leave like a little slideshow at the end of some of the photos from our most recent cruise, so that you can get a glimpse of what the professional photos look like that you can purchase. They do have the borders on them, so you'll be able to see that as well. So I hope this maybe was helpful, even if it was just a tip or trick, and you can make your own decision about whether or not something is worth it to you. Obviously, value is personal. What's valuable to one person may not be valuable to another. So definitely you can make your own decision about that, but I hope some of these tips and tricks were helpful to you. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, we would love to have you as part of our family. Y'all take care, and we'll see y'all real soon.